and welcome to your reading. I hope that you are doing great. As you can see, there are no zodiac signs and no pick a card. This message can only find the people who is a direct vibrational match to this frequency. Now let's see what you are a direct vibrational match to. The Magician. The Queen of Wands, and at the bottom is the Devil. Okay. So this energy right here is both speaking about your past energy, and it is also speaking about your unconscious energy. You might not be fully aware that this is happening, but this is as real in your current day reality as everything else that you can perceive with all of your senses. Okay, the Magician, the Queen of Wands, and the Devil. Unconsciously right now, you are gaining a lot of confidence in your manifestation abilities. So I definitely feel like you haven't given up. So you've already pushed through the point in manifestation. Like when somebody really gets into manifestation and they get into building their belief system around the fact that they are the co-creator of this universe and they do have actual power to influence and orchestrate events in their current reality, that they have the power already and they have the processing system that actually can make their desires a reality. When a person gets into it like that, then usually their mind fights back and they try and they try and they try and they do everything right, but then the physical world just don't show it back what they are pushing into the physical world. This usually is all of the subconscious blockages, all of the limiting beliefs fighting back and fighting for survival, fighting to remain the dominant thought patterns in this person's subconscious mind. A lot of people give up. In that fight right there, a lot of people give up because there's no outside threat that they're fighting. The situation that they're fighting is their own limiting beliefs. It is their own blockages. It is their own thought patterns that hurt, because these thought patterns and these beliefs, it's like this, okay? It's like having an enemy that you got to defeat, but that enemy knows you from the inside out. They know everything about you. And the only way to defeat that enemy is to persist in your own personal power, to persist in the fact that you are more powerful than it, even though it knows everything about you. Okay, so then a lot of people give up. They say manifestation isn't real. They say that they don't have the power to influence anything in their life, that they don't have the power to change, and life is just that, and life is just whatever. Then that is limiting beliefs winning. It's as simple as that. There's no way to sugarcoat it. That is limiting beliefs winning. You are past that point. And I just want to say a massive congratulations to you, because it is not easy. And anybody that has ever successfully manifested the shift in their mind where they become the operational conscious power powering their reality knows that this is not easy. It is a hard battle. It is fighting an enemy that you don't even view as an enemy, that actually isn't even your enemy. That is years worth of wounds and of programmed beliefs from other people and from childhood and from words of affirmation that other people said to you for years. So it's loving this enemy. They're not really an enemy. but they're fighting against you like they are. And you gotta love them and at the same time persist in your power in changing them. It's difficult. Like, not a lot, like, dude, I will say this right now, not a lot of people make it past that point and actually gain that personal sense of power. But okay, you did though. So what does that say about you? You did. That tells me that you are one heck of a resilient person. You are not just someone that thinks that they are the main character. You're not just someone that has the potential to be the main character. You are the main character, because only a main character can achieve this. Think about it. Let's say in movies, who would this happen to? It would happen to the main character. Who would be able to actually win the fight? The main character would. You have proven the position that you are already sitting in to yourself. And you have won the battle. Okay? So that is what's happening behind the scenes. You have won the battle. Wow. What you can expect beyond this point is you can expect less limiting beliefs to fight back to you. Now, obviously, if there's like big things that you want in the near future that you're wanting to manifest into your life, of course, you'll then just deal with a little bit of resistance and with any limiting beliefs or blockages regarding that specific thing that you'll then want to manifest, and you'll deal with it the exact same way that you dealt with this. But the point still stands. You will know that you are the operational power behind your reality. That is a belief that nothing and nobody can take away from you unless you let it. And I don't see you letting it. Okay? So in what you can also expect is things to just go a little bit more easier and flow more smoothly. You can expect to see a lot of progress with your manifestations. You can literally expect to see you manifesting things out of thin air. You can expect yourself to actually look at your manifestation vision boards and then look up and actually see the actual reality that you have manifested. There will be trackable proof of your power, whether this is for your vision boards, whether this is through Pinterest boards, whether this is through the images that you have saved on your phone, whether this is through your journaling, whether this is through your manifestation book. It doesn't matter. You will have trackable proof of your power. This is the immediate next phase after this. Okay, so in the present moment and also in the conscious reality, you are completely aware of this energy happening. It is Temperance, the Lovers, and the Tower. Okay, so in the present moment, you have expected this to happen. So this isn't a surprise, this Tower, to you, because you've expected it to happen. You know for a fact, like, you have completely altered your reality. So if you have altered your reality and you now fully know for a fact that you are the operational power behind your reality, and what you believe this world has to show to you, that you do have the power to influence your reality, and you do have the power to create physically your heart's desires. You know that as a fact in your mind. So you knew that the physical world will have to shake up. You knew it. Okay? You knew it. Now here's the thing with towers. Okay? A tower moment is just a sudden big change, seemingly out of nowhere, that just happens, boom, it's just happening. Okay? But here's the thing. Okay? Towers don't have to be difficult if you don't resist. When you resist against it, when you're trying to save your current reality and have it look exactly how it looks, but also manifest changes. You can't always pick and choose which areas almost like this. Let's say these are a couple areas of your life. You can't be like, okay, I choose you You come, just the finances, everything else stays. Just got to change that. Just got to put that new belief in there now and do that. That just doesn't work because most of the time that won't fit in with this structure. So a lot of the times this whole thing has to unravel and has to change, and a whole new system has to come into place there. So sometimes that looks like a sudden move, that looks like a big relationship in your life, that you've been friends with this person for 20 freaking years and suddenly you're not friends with them anymore. Suddenly you're growing apart, and sucks. But you're like, oh wow, okay, this is happening. Because sometimes these big changes need to happen in order for that whole structure to change, for everything to fit together. So this is what's happening right now in your life. This is this big change unfolding, but you have Temperance here. So this tells me that you're not freaking out. This isn't something that is going to hit you in the gut and be like, oh my God, universe, why would you do this to me? I don't feel like that. I feel like you're calm about this. I feel like, yeah, you're viewing it and you're like, okay, it's happening. The changes are happening and you're going to breathe through it. You're going to breathe through it because you know that you are the operational power behind your reality. And the changes that you have been manifesting into your life, space is clearing right now for those manifestations to take form in the present moment. So you're chill about it. You have this relationship that you're building with the reality that is changing. And you're speaking with, almost like you're speaking to life itself. Like, let's say your job is changing, or relationship structures are changing in your life, or you're moving, or things are moving very quickly in your life. You're speaking to life and you're like, let's use one thing as example. Let's use your business, okay? Now you have a lot of products that are due and that you got to ship out now. Okay? So now you're looking at your workload and you could resist and you could be like, oh my gosh, maybe you bit more than you can chew right now in the present moment. Oh my gosh, it's just too much. Or you can view it like this and be like, okay, all right. You have a couple days to get all of this orders done and ship it. This is exactly what you asked for. Even if you don't feel ready to do this right now, what you are manifesting is actually 20 times, a lot of the times it's 100 times the amount that you have to do right now. So you got to prove right now that you can do this, and this is nothing to you, because the version that you're manifesting will do 100 of these, will ship 100 of these out in the same amount of time that it's going to take you to ship this amount of time, of this amount of products out. So you're like, okay, let's be calm about it then, because this is then nothing. It's a big change. It's nothing. Now you're moving. You got a back. It's stressful. Oh my gosh, everything's stressful. This or that. This is just an example. But you're like, that's it. You're going to a new vibrational frequency. You're moving into a new vibrational frequency. That's it. Now a big relationship in your life has changed. You're like, okay, wow, you maybe didn't see that one coming. Yikes. But at the same time, you're like, you've never not been that person's friend. Whoa. Maybe this version that you've now created, maybe they aren't that person's friend. Whoa. So that must mean that you are now that person. You're viewing it in that way. You're having this this communication in this symphony. How do you say it? Yeah, you're like in symphony with your reality. In harmony. You're like in harmony with these changes that are happening to your reality. Okay. The Seven of Wands. Now, this is where the magic happens in the subconscious realm. This is where everything is manifested and reprogrammed and programmed again and again to your liking. You have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so what I can see from this right now is, wow, when I tell you the synchronicities in your reading right now is mind-blowing. Please believe me. You have temperance in the present moment with that Tower energy. Now, it didn't quite come out in the present moment, so it's not something that is so insanely monumental that you have a crisis. You know, it's nothing like that. You have temperance there, like you're chill. Changes are happening, and you're seeing these changes are happening, and you are communicating with your reality through these changes. You are guiding yourself as well as the reality through these changes in peace and in harmony. And then you have the Seven of Wands, protect your peace in the subconscious mind. So this now tells me that subconsciously you are programming your mind to transition through changes peacefully. Now, this also tells me then that you're someone that didn't quite like change, okay? Before these transformative beliefs started taking room in your subconscious mind, you didn't really like change all that much. You could have even been somebody in the past that was afraid of change, that didn't want things to change, that maybe panicked when change happened. And now you're at a point where you've been slowly, throughout the years and throughout the experiences that you've had, learned to deal with change in a peaceful way. And right now you are making use of those years of experiences where things change and you try to fight against it. And it was more horrible to fight against it and be so scared of it than the actual event of it changing, because most of the time these changes led to beautiful beginnings for you. So you're telling your subconscious mind to get used to it. You're telling your subconscious mind, get used to it. And there's a lot of memories that are going to come up now for you, where you are remembering all of the changes that you have gone through in life that may have felt a little bit scary, but that turned out so beautiful. And these memories is your subconscious mind showing you, hey, you've been through changes before. It's turned out beautiful. This is just calming any lingering anxieties. It's just calming any lingering temptations to sabotage, which I don't see you doing. I don't feel like you're going to sabotage at all. Do not worry. Please don't worry about me saying that, because I don't see that at all, actually. You're too determined. You're way determined. But the thing is this. You have the Wheel of Fortune here in your future position. So changes will continue to happen from the present moment all the way into the future. It goes from the Tower, like things changing, the structures of things changing, the routines of things changing, all of those things are changing, to gigantic changes in the future. So this is just pillars of changes happening all the way from now into the future. That is why you are becoming familiar and you're becoming comfortable with these changes. I don't see you fully attaching yourself to how circumstances look currently, or people, or ways of doing things. I just don't feel like you're getting attached to it, because you know things are going to change again and again and again. You are now the ultimate operational power of your reality. You are always going to be expanding. You're always going to be creating new things. Wow. So this is your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed this. Bye.